So, part 3 of this video series, the reason why, actually I was going to tell you in this one, you have 2 paths, right, about how to grow a coaching business, essentially the personal brand, how to monetize it. The first path was you are the niche, keep your job for some stable income, and then really post and share everything you want to talk about. And then from that, create some sort of coaching offer. I recommend one-on-one in the beginning, or you could do a community, okay, monthly membership. And then the second option, of course, is you focusing more on the service. It's less about you as a personal brand, but more about the service you're offering. Like for me, it was helping people make money as a coach. For you, it might be helping people with weight loss. It might be, helping people with finding a career. It might be helping someone heal their relationship or marriage, whatever, right? There's so many more tangible results that we know people will pay for immediately, right? So focusing more on the service you're offering and less about you. Of course, you are a part of the offer, you're the brand, so people, in the coaching business, people have to like you, right? It's just, there's no way around it. And your people have to like you, not everyone, right? You could have 100 followers and literally make 6 figures from those 100 followers, right? I've seen that, right? You can do that selling high ticket. So the sky's the limit in terms of options, but I think if you're in, more quick need of money, desperate need of money, wanting to monetize it, then I would say, go with offering the service that is going to create a tangible result people want to pay for, right? Have parts of your personal branding, of course, show up because you want to be you. And I would start there. And you could definitely do that for a good 2-3 years, I think. Make a ton of money from that, and then you can pivot and branch out. But I will tell you that if I were to start all over again, this is kind of how I started the first video, what I would do, right? So if I'm not going to say start all over again because I have 0 regrets. I'm very happy with where I am. I'm going to say if I were to start today. So if I were to start or restart today, what I would do is option 1, okay? So I would make sure I have some sort of source of income, right? So either from your other business or your other job or whatever, or go get a job or however you have a source of income coming in, I would secure that, okay? Because it's temporary. It's temporary, right? Like I would get some sort of remote job, or I would, make sure that the business I have is producing some sort of money, or if you have savings, whatever, rely on that, okay? Then what I would do is I would just focus on building a really amazing fucking personal brand, right? Because a personal brand is you. It's your expression. It's what you as an artist, as a creator, as a creative are going to want to talk about. And like I said, I gave examples, right? There's so many different things I want to share, so many sides of myself I want to express. As I'm evolving as a man, as a person, there's gonna be things I want to share differently, right? Like if you look at Taylor Swift and Beyonce, for example, right? They have consistently rebranded themselves. Alex Hormozi talks about this in one of his videos too, branding, how Taylor Swift has shed her identities multiple times. And I'm one of those people too. I didn't realize it about myself, but every few years it's kind of like an actor likes doing a different movie and really going all in, but they would hate to do that movie for the next 10, 20 years, right? I'm the same way, right? There's certain interests I'll have forever, but within that I like changing up the flavor, I like changing up my content, how I show up, what I'm offering. And so I think the cool thing with building a personal brand is, 1, you get to be yourself your whole life, and you get to just post content that you're interested in, that you like talking about. So you're never having to, fake it. You're never having to show up as someone you don't want to be. Because in the second option, the one where you're focusing more on the service rather than you as a personal brand, the problem with that I found eventually, and this happens to everyone, is that you get kind of bored about talking about the same thing. It's just going to happen, right? So as coaches, we constantly have new things we're learning. We have new things we want to talk about. And so when you kind of, narrow yourself down into one place, you're going to get tired of talking about the same thing over and over and over again. And I went through that myself, right? And so I'm speaking from experience. And so if I were to start today, I would focus solely on just personal brand, not having to rely on it so much for money. Now you can still make money very quickly doing it this way, but if it takes you a little longer, a few months longer, or an entire year, right, or even longer, I think it's totally worth it because it's your entire life. Now, for me, when I think about personal brand, when I think about, what I would do, the kind of content or the services or things I would do in my lifetime, I get very excited about it, and I feel like there's just not enough time in my lifetime to even accomplish all of those things, right? And so that's how you should feel about your personal brand. Again, you don't have to have all of it figured out, but it should be exciting for you to know, hey, as you evolve, there's going to be different things you want to talk about, express, put out there into the world and help people with or entertain people with, right? And so I think that's the way that you should be doing it, because like I said in the previous videos, one of the things that's happening in the world is a lack of trust online with online coaches, creators, all sorts of stuff. So the more transparent you can be and really put your real self out there as much as you can, like I said, it's going to be difficult a little bit, but it's totally worth it, right? The more you can do that, the more loyal followers and a loyal fan base you'll have, right? I'd much rather you start with 5 to 10 loyal fans who would pay you for life for something every time you came out with something new, or a monthly subscription, or coaching, or entertainment, like whatever it was for you, right? Like maybe you are a singer like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, or a performer, right? Like whatever that is for you. But I would rather you do that. I would rather you build that, and then from there, let your fan base, loyal fan base build, right? Because now you have loyal fans for life. Again, I keep resorting to Taylor Swift, Beyonce, because I'm really fascinated by their careers, what they've accomplished. It's so rare, right? But I think it's a good case study. And Alex Hormozi, like I said, talked about Taylor Swift in one of his videos. And so I think the thing to take away from that is they're able to do what they do because they love doing it, right? Like they are the brand, and they can re-identify themselves. They can shed identities, take on other ones. They can create new albums for different seasons of their life and how they're feeling. I think Beyonce said in one of her interviews that I saw that she never likes to repeat herself, right? She never likes to do the same thing again, right? And I feel like for most of us as coaches, there is an artist inside of us. We like to learn and talk about different things. We like to express ourselves in different ways. And so what better way to do that than by building a personal brand that is going to last you a lifetime? Now, again, the whole personal brand concept, a lot of people get really carried away with, because again, they'll compare themselves to people like, Beyonce or Taylor Swift, or someone like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, or Joe Rogan, right? And the thing is that you don't have to be any of them, because again, it took all of them 10, 20, 30, 40 years in the game to get to where they are today, right? I think the best way to really start growing your personal brand is just start talking about the shit you like talking about. Put yourself out there, show up on video imperfectly, right? It's how I've always done it, right? And as you build, as you grow that, you'll make improvements along the way. And so as you're doing that, I would also make offers, right? So like I said, you don't have to have the perfect offer. Like literally, you could talk about what you want to talk about. And you're like, hey, if you like what I just spoke about, and if you'd like to work with me one-on-one in my one-on-one coaching program, go ahead and comment below or send me a DM, and I'll be happy to connect with you. See how generic that call to action was, right? But the right person who resonates with my energy, my message, the way I'm showing up, is going to be interested in getting more from me. I may not even know what they want from me until we have a conversation. There could have been one thing I said or the way I said it that clicked for them, and now they want to work with me on a deeper level, okay? So I would start there, put yourself out there. You are the niche, you are the brand. Focus on you being the personal brand, and then from that, offering some sort of service that you can start offering today, like one-on-one coaching, create a community, right? Whatever it is. And that's how I'd grow about building your business, because I think that's the brand itself, and then whatever you create after that, I think that you can grow that to multiple millions, 10 million, who knows, 100 million one day, who knows, a billion one day. The sky's the limit, right? But I feel like the goal for all of us is freedom. So you'll have freedom of expression, and you'll have freedom in wealth, money, and abundance, and you'll be impacting a lot of people, so you'll have that fulfillment and contribution, which we all desire. So it's a win-win-win. All right. So that, my friends, is how I would start my personal brand and my coaching business if I were to start today. So I hope that advice helped. And if you'd like to work with me for my one-on-one coaching, right now I have a few spots available for one-on-one coaching. They're going away quickly. I already filled some spots up. If you would like more, go ahead and comment the word 6 below for me to help you build a 6-figure coaching business, a freedom business, a personal brand, the way that you'd like to, so you can set yourself up before the new year even starts and get rocking and rolling. All right, guys, go ahead and comment 6 below, and I'll see you inside. Bye.